From the Pep Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are following today. The town of Lugoti, Indiana, population 2,592, just announced that it will hold its annual Pride Festival in September, despite early attempts by town officials to forbid the festival from happening. The ACLU of Indiana announced its lawsuit against the town after municipal officials rescinded approval for the town's Pride Festival and gave organizers no opportunity to get reapproved, allegedly violating the festival organizers' First Amendment rights to free speech and assembly. Both parties in the lawsuit agreed to cancel an injunction hearing so PrideFest can occur. The complaint against the town noted the allegedly unfair treatment PrideFest organizers faced after initially receiving town approval on November 3rd, 2023, to hold the festival this coming September 7th. Local officials suddenly rescinded the offer, ostensibly because of a June 10th ordinance that further tightened restrictions on PrideFest. PrideFest organizers Timothy and Tracy Brown Salzma of Patoka Valley AIDS Community Action said in a statement, quote, "PrideFest is about equality and acceptance, and we are thrilled that we will once again be able to host this important celebration of diversity and inclusion in the heart of our community, just as we successfully did in 2023. We welcome everyone to come and celebrate Pride with us." The neighborhood in Philadelphia is about to welcome an exciting new addition. Little Gay Pub, a beloved gay bar from Washington, D.C., is set to open its doors in the spring at the corner of 13th and Drury Street. Known for its eclectic atmosphere and strong community ties, the pub has become a hotspot in D.C., attracting both locals and celebrities. Now the founders of Little Gay Pub are ready to bring their unique brand of hospitality to Philadelphia. The pub will feature a similar vibe to its D.C. counterpart, with a focus on creating a space that is both nostalgic and forward-thinking. One unique aspect of Little Gay Pub is its dedication to preserving and showcasing LGBTQ+ history. The pub's walls and ceilings are adorned with historical tidbits, newspaper articles, and artifacts that honor the LGBTQ+ community's past struggles and victories. The Philly location will continue this tradition by collecting and displaying local history, making it a living museum of sorts. A U.S. appeals court on Monday revived a Republican-backed Alabama law banning the use of puberty-blocking drugs and hormones to treat gender dysphoria in transgender minors, a day after a judge blocked a similar Georgia law. A three-judge panel of the Atlanta-based 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals said that the families and physicians challenging the law have not presented any authority that supports the existence of a constitutional right for parents to treat their children with transitioning medications subject to medically accepted standards. Circuit Judge Barbara Lagoa, who wrote the original panel opinion, said that whether puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones qualify as, quote, life-saving treatment or even medical care is a policy question informed by scientific, philosophical, and moral considerations. Circuit Judge Robin Rosenbaum, joined by Jill Pryor and Adalberto Jordan, in a dissent, said that the panel ruling, quote, strips every parent in this circuit of their fundamental right, end quote, to access modern medical care for their children. Lawyers for families and physicians challenging the law in a joint statement said they were disappointed but encouraged by the dissents and will continue to challenge this harmful measure and to advocate for these young people and their parents. All 7 11th Circuit judges appointed by Republican presidents voted against rehearing, while 4 appointed by Democrats dissented. One Democratic appointee, Circuit Judge Nancy Abudu, recused herself. And finally, this news from Meadville. A new legislative proposal aiming to enhance election transparency has sparked a dispute between State Representative Brad Roae and the Pennsylvania Department of State. The contention revolves around the changes introduced by Pennsylvania's Act 77 of 2019, which significantly altered the state's election processes. Representative Roae, a Republican from Meadville, has introduced House Bill 2542, which mandates the Department of State to restore online updates of precinct counts during elections. This measure would allow voters to track the progress of vote counting in real time. Roe highlighted that prior to a recent change, the department's website provided details on the total number of precincts and the extent to which they had reported results. According to Roe, this feature was removed, reducing public access to real-time election results and diminishing transparency. In his legislative memo, Roe expressed that there is no justified reason for the removal of such critical data from the state's election website, describing his bill as a common sense piece of legislation aimed at rectifying this lack of transparency. On the other hand, state elections officials have raised concerns about the proposal. According to Matt Heckel, press secretary for the Department of State, the removal of precinct count updates was necessary due to the increasing volume of mail-in ballots since the adoption of Act 77. Heckel explained that since mail ballots are not counted at the precinct level but by county boards of elections, the previous system of reporting could mislead the public about the actual progress of vote counting. And that's a look at today's news. From the Pep Radio Newsroom, I'm David Moore reporting. And now back to the music here on Pep Radio.